Hi there. I want you to picture this for a moment. It's early morning, you wake up. Soft light is spilling into that familiar corner of the room. You reach for the switch head into the bathroom, splash your face with water, and then you look in the mirror. There's something in your eyes, a bit of weariness, a quiet change you can't quite name. I know that feeling, and you're not alone. I'm Dr. Rose. I've spent over 2 decades working with thousands of men over 50 in geriatric clinics across the US. I've sat with them, listened to stories they couldn't tell anyone else about, quiet fears about silence during moments that should have been intimate. And that very human question, am I slowly losing myself? One of my patients, Richard, 66 years old, once sighed and said, I don't feel like me anymore, doc. It's like a part of me is quietly fading. That line stayed with me because I knew he wasn't just talking about physical function. He was talking about manhood, confidence, connection, the very essence of masculinity. Not something you can measure with a testosterone number, but something every man has wanted to hold on to. Have you ever felt that way? The truth is, those changes, they don't always come from aging. Yes, we all grow older. But what's sad is that so many men quietly accept, I guess this is just how it is now. But after years of working with men just like you, I can tell you this with full confidence. It's not your age that's draining your vitality, it's your blood flow. More specifically, tiny blood vessels silently shutting down little by little, and you don't even know it. Over 70% of erectile issues in men over 60, they don't come from low hormones, not from a weak mindset. They come from tiny capillaries, the micro blood vessels that supply the pelvic area, getting blocked and stiff over time, especially if you're starting your mornings rushed, disconnected, or depleted. Science calls this endothelial dysfunction, but I explain it to my patients like this. Your body isn't broken, it's just waiting for the right signal to heal. And you know what? That signal, it's not some expensive pill, it's not painful therapy, it's not a complicated machine. It's how you start your morning, just 3 minutes. A few small, well timed changes, and your body will hear you. It will respond. Today, I'm inviting you to start again with me, not to reclaim your youth, not to chase a number or an ideal, but to return to yourself at this age in this chapter of life as someone clear, strong, and alive in the most natural way. Now, let me share something that most people don't say out loud. This decline that gets blamed on age, often it's not about age at all. I've met so many men in their 60s, they come into the clinic with tired eyes, sit down quietly, and whisper, I guess this is it, doc. Maybe my body's just done. But here's the truth. And I've seen so many of them get their spark back, not with miracles, with understanding. Because the real issue isn't that your body's expired, it's that it's clogged, literally. We often think male performance is all about hormones, especially testosterone. But major studies, including one from Harvard, show that over 70% of erection problems have nothing to do with low testosterone. It's about blood flow, specifically getting enough blood into the corpora cavernosa, the sponge like tissue in the penis that needs to be full of blood to work properly. Imagine it like this: your penis is a sponge. To become firm, it needs to be filled with blood. But if the blood doesn't flow in fast enough or there's not enough pressure, then even if the desire is there, the sponge stays soft. So, what's blocking the blood? It's the tiny blood vessels, especially in the pelvic area. These tiny pathways deliver blood to exactly where it needs to go right when it's needed. But over the years, with stress, poor habits, lack of movement, or neglecting your body's needs, those vessels become stiff, narrow, and lose their flexibility. They just can't deliver enough blood. That's endothelial dysfunction. But again, in plain English, I just say your body wants to respond, but the roads are blocked. The good news, this can be reversed if you know how to send your body the right signals. And the best time to do it in the morning. No drugs, no pressure, just simple, consistent actions that reawaken your circulation and your natural physiology. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you starting now. Have you ever noticed the way you start your morning, something that feels small, can actually quietly shape your entire day? Especially your sexual health. I've worked with many men over 60, and I've seen a pattern. They wake up, reach for their phone, scroll a bit, no water, no breakfast, maybe just a strong cup of coffee. and off they go straight into the day. And by the end of it, they sit back and wonder, why am I so tired? Why don't I feel any desire? Why does it feel like my body's slowly shutting down? Well, here's the thing. Morning is the key moment when your body naturally activates its physiological systems. Ignore that window, and you're missing the chance to kickstart vital functions like blood flow, hormone production energy, and emotional connection. While you sleep, your body loses water, your blood becomes thicker. If you don't hydrate when you wake up, your blood vessels constrict, and less blood reaches your sexual organs. That directly affects your physical responsiveness. If you don't move, your body doesn't produce nitric oxide, the molecule that helps blood vessels relax and open up. If you skip food or just to drink coffee on an empty stomach, your nervous system gets overstimulated instead of balanced. I remember one of my patients, George, he hadn't had a single sexual response in over 3 years. But just 2 weeks after changing his morning routine, drinking water, light movement, and eating a better breakfast, he smiled and told me, I feel like I'm waking up to life again. See, men's health isn't only affected by the big stuff. It begins with the small things you do or skip every single morning. And if you've ever asked yourself, what should I be doing for my body at this stage of life, stay with me because in the next section, I'll walk you through 3 simple steps. They only take a few minutes, but they might just help you reconnect with that sense of being fully yourself again. You might be thinking right now, okay, so where do I even begin? Here's my answer. Start tomorrow morning, no big commitments, no clinic visits, just 3 simple steps, less than 5 minutes. But if you stick with them, you may start to notice a shift. Not dramatic, not loud, but real. Step 1, drink 2 glasses of warm water right after waking up. Please don't skip this. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, your circulation slows down, especially to the areas that require more blood flow, like your pelvis. Drinking water not only thins the blood, it also helps your body produce nitric oxide, the natural compound that opens up your blood vessels and restores circulation. Step 2, do light movement for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not talking about going to the gym or running a mile. Just roll your shoulders, stretch a bit, walk around the house, take a few deep breaths. It's enough to wake up your nervous system, to get the blood flowing to where it's needed most. You'd be surprised just a few gentle movements in the morning can help you feel clearer both in your mind and in those areas that may not have been responsive for a while. Step 3, eat a smart breakfast, not sugary cereal, not white bread on the go. Choose foods that nourish your hormones and support blood flow. A boiled egg, a handful of berries like blueberries, some seeds like pumpkin or nuts, or a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt. What you put in your body first thing in the morning sets the tone for your entire day, from your energy and mood to your physiological response. I've seen hundreds of men come back after a few days or a few weeks with a different light in their eyes, not just because they felt something again down there, but because they felt alive again. They could think more clearly, they slept more deeply, and most importantly, they felt connected to their body again. Because sometimes what you need isn't a prescription or a surgery, but a gentle reminder from your own body. Every morning I'm still here. Take care of me and I'll respond. I want to tell you a little story. His name is Richard, 66 years old, a former high school principal from Ohio. The first time he walked into my clinic, he didn't say much. He just sat there for a while quietly. Then he let out a long sigh and said, I've lived my whole life with discipline. I've taken care of my family, my job. I've done the right things, except for one thing. There was something I let slip away and I didn't even realize it. I knew exactly what he meant. He didn't have to explain it. It wasn't just about physical performance. It was about the feeling of losing connection with yourself, something many men experience quietly but rarely admit. I gave him a simple plan, just the same 3 morning steps I shared with you, and I said no big changes. Just give it 7 days, then we'll check back. A week later, he sent me a short message. This morning, I woke up and felt like I was coming back. Now, you might not fully feel the weight of that sentence unless you've lived through those silent seasons, the ones where you slowly lose sensation, lose confidence, and start to think, maybe this is just how it ends. But here's what I've learned over 20 years of doing this work. Recovery doesn't show up like a miracle. It arrives quietly but unmistakably, like feeling less tired in the afternoon, sleeping just a bit deeper at night, and most importantly, that sense of natural aliveness returning, not forced, just there. For men, especially over 60, that subtle morning response. It's not just a physical sign, it's a sign of life. It's blood flowing again. It's hormones beginning to spark. It's the nervous system waking up. It's the body saying, I'm still here. You just forgot how to reach me. Now I'm not going to promise you that everything changes in 7 days. But what I can say from the deepest place of honesty, as someone who's walked beside thousands of patients, is this: if you keep repeating the right actions, even just a few simple ones, each morning your body will start to listen and it will respond. Someone asked me once, Dr. Rose, are these morning steps just another online trend? Something people do for a few days, then nothing really changes. I smiled because I get that skepticism. We've all heard too many promises. This pill will make you young again. This gadget will fix everything. And then we're left with the same tired body and a quiet sense of disappointment. But my friend, what I'm sharing today isn't a trick. It's not a hack. It's a way of living. It's a way to come back into relationship with your own body, not to control it, but to listen, not to fix it, but to walk alongside it. I've seen it again and again. Men who felt totally disconnected from themselves begin to change just by shifting the tiniest things. And slowly their bodies began to come alive again, bit by bit. You see, what I'm suggesting isn't fancy: a glass of warm water, a little movement, a nourishing breakfast. They're not flashy, they're not expensive, they don't come in a prescription bottle, but these small things, they're what keep us youthful the longest. I often tell my patients, you don't need to try to be 30 again, but you can become the strongest, clearest version of yourself at 70 or beyond. And that doesn't start in a clinic or with a supplement. It starts at home each morning. This isn't about living in a way that looks good from the outside. It's about living in a way that feels real from the inside, living with connection between your mind, your heart, and your body. And when you live like that, the miracle is your body won't betray you. It'll listen, it'll respond. And sometimes it will lead you back to something you thought you had lost: confidence, vitality, and that quiet, unmistakable feeling of being yourself again. My friend, if you're still here with me listening even now, I want you to know you've already done something beautiful for yourself, because not everyone is willing to pause to listen to their body with curiosity and compassion. Not everyone dares to sit with the silence and ask, what have I forgotten? Is it possible to begin again, gently, naturally? Here's something I hope you remember: you are not broken, you are not weak, and you are not out of sync with your body. Your vitality at any age is not just about hormones or blood flow or function, it's about the rhythm of life inside you, the quiet current that carries your confidence, your connection, your love, even in this so called settled stage of life. I'm not here to take you back in time, I'm just here to remind you. Your body is still listening, and it's waiting for you to come home, because you deserve to live fully, not just long, but with the deep knowing that you are still whole, still alive, still you. And if tomorrow morning you only remember one thing from this video, let it be this: each morning is a chance to return, not perfectly, but honestly. I'm Dr. Rose, and I've always believed we don't grow old. We just forget how to touch the life inside us.